Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Well, we're winding this thing down, but not so quick. It's time for the Master Technician's Tech Tip. And this week, it's all about the cabin air filter. It's an overlooked service that a lot of people don't do just because they don't realize they have a cabin air filter. What is a cabin air filter? What does it do? And why do we even have one? We'll take a look at this right here. You can see it located right there to the air intake system, the ductwork. Now, this is important. Number one, you don't want the odors and all the pollen and everything in the cabin. That's probably the most important, but there's some hidden things you might not know. Think about it. The air's going through there, right there, through the blower motor, and it's going through the evaporator. That's E, and then it goes over to the heater core, which is H. So if you're taking dirty or unfiltered air and you're running it through your evaporator or your heater core, well, your evaporator is not going to be efficient. You're going to start losing your air conditioning, and your heater core is not going to be efficient. You may lose some heat, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you change it. How do you change it? Well, it's real simple. Just look at the graphic right there. You can see it's under the hood like it is on our car, or you may have it under the glove box there. So just go in there, look in your service manual, and figure out where yours is. They're usually pretty easy. I can demonstrate it right here for you on our Challenger. It's right up here on the cowling or the bulkhead of the car. There's a little plate right here. We got the hood up. So I'm just going to pop that off. And when we pop that off, it's hard to see down in there, but it's in there. I'm going to pop open a little cover, and I can see it peeking out there. But what I want to do is kind of note if there's any arrows of which way the air is flowing and stuff, so I don't get confused when I go to put it back in. But I'm going to grab it. I'm just going to slide it right out of here. And when I slide it out of here, oh, now this was really not in that bad a shape. I've seen them a lot worse. Now I'm going to note the arrow, the directions, but it's on here and it's going to go into the case. Now, I always like to do this cool trick. Check this out. So I'm going to take our brand new one right here, and you can see the light shining through there, real bright. Now this one, man, I've seen them with rats' nests, birds, all kinds of stuff in here, and you can barely see the light coming through. I mean, you can see it in some places, but other places it's not that easy. Big difference between the two right here. So we'll go ahead and replace this one. Now, you can look right here. There's also the arrows of flow, the direction of flow. That's huge. If you don't know or your other one doesn't have it, think about the air's coming in and going to the case, so I want to make sure the airflow is going through this way. If you're up under your dash, it's coming in, usually underneath the ductwork and into the system. So make sure the arrow flows right. Just go put it back in. I'll pop it back in and seal it up. Nothing to it. Just reverse the procedure. Make sure you know where yours is. Make sure you go ahead and change it. Follow the maintenance intervals. Where are you going to find that? Well, right in your owner's manual. Dodge has an owner's manual. You can look at it right there on the screen. You can see every 12,000 miles they want you to replace that. It's a replaceable item. It's an air filter, cabin air filter. So go ahead and get out there and change yours. Perhaps your service is overdue? No worries. Tom and Dave have tips and tricks to keep your car service right on track.
Well, that's right, John. Tom, you guys at RockAuto.com have thought of everything, right down to the order history on the Rock Auto page. How does that work?
Yeah, it's optional. Customers don't need to log in if they don't want to, but if you create an account, you can search through and find the orders by vehicle, by date, and figure out when you last replaced maintenance items like cabin air filters. So like this example, I can say, oh, well, it's been 3 years. Time to replace that, and I can see exactly which filter I ordered and decide next time, do I want to order that filter, or do I want to, last time I ordered a charcoal filter, I was concerned about odors. Now I'm more concerned about filtering out really tiny particles like bacteria. So I might want to get a HEPA filter that can get pollen and bacteria, little tiny things.
But you certainly know which size and which vehicle it's going to fit. And,
yeah.
And you don't have to run to the manual, and wherever you're thinking of it. Sitting in the airport, you're like, oh, I have to change my air filter. Let me order one.
Yeah, no more little tiny pieces of paper and trying to keep track.
That's super handy. Now let's talk about the array of maintenance items you can find at RockAuto.com.
Well, certainly all the filters, oil filters, air filters, and then brakes, shocks, you name it. You know, our slogan is all the parts your car will ever need.
And it's not just a slogan, it's really true. Everything you need for maintenance and everything you need as far as replacement parts go. Check them out at RockAuto.com.
Well, it looks like Josh and Dave did exactly what they said they were going to do. You can see the brakes are on. You got the lines. Everything looks pretty good, secure. The beauty of it, Dave, is, man, I don't feel anything, but you can actually verify the repair for me. You got your stethoscope?
Yes, sir. I don't have my fancy digital one, but I have this one. It'll do just fine.
That'll work. I don't feel anything here, but just put it on that axle anywhere there, the spindle. Here we go.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. No, I figured that. Wow, man, you guys made short work of that.
Sweet.
It looks good, my man.
All wrapped up.
Or is it? Wait, cut. No, we're good. This is what happens.
No, this is it. This is the backing plate, and this should have gone on before we put the hub on.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll just have to do it all in reverse, I guess.
Hey, welcome to my world.
Yeah.
And you know what? Don't throw it out. Just take the job back apart, put it back on. We're going to do the same. We may grab a lunch before then, but we're going to put this back on for sure. You want this piece on there? No problem. Kind of indicative of the whole show, wasn't
Well, I
it,
was
Dave?
gonna say, it's kind of the bright side of things. This shows you this stuff happens when you're doing a repair or any kind of project like that. We had the broken stud. We had a stripped lug nut. It was rounded off, and now, of course, this. You're welcome.
Very cool. We got our afternoon cut out for us.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Well,
Now
you
we know how to do it, right?
Exactly, and do it well.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're out of time for today, folks, but make sure you check us out on social media. We got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that cool stuff. We'll keep you up to date. We're a show for the people. We'll see you next week with more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com.
See ya.
Production assistance for Tech Garage is provided by Chipola College, located in Marianna, Florida. Founded in 1947, Chipola was ranked recently as one of the top 3 community colleges in the United States.